Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Krishna Gopal. In the last video we have discussed about the list, how we can define the list. Then we learn about what is the difference between the list and tuple. Then we learn how we can access the list element. Then we learn how the list is much more useful in the data processing task. Then we learn about three methods. From these three methods we can add element to the list, and then at the end we learned that how we can remove the element from the list. And in today's video we will talk about the sorting first, then we will talk about the slicing, and then we will discuss about some built-in function in the Python like the enumerate, like Gif function. These functions are very useful during the data analysis task. So let's start today's video, and we will start from the sorting. So in the last video, or in the tuple, I think we have discussed about how we can sort any tuple. So here I'm going to call the sorted, and I can pass the a here, and if you print it, then you can see this list now come in the sorted manner. So here you can call the sorted, and it will be work easily. So this is about like you can sort any list you have in a Python. Moving forward, let's learn about the slicing. Slicing is a very important concept in the list. Its syntax is the start index, the end index, and the third one is a step. Step always you no need to define. If you not define the step function, then it will assume the one element it's jumping in the list, and start is your start index is always included, while the end index is not included in the list. That means if you slicing any list, then it will take the start index to the end index minus one element. So let's see if we have the sequence. If we have this sequence and I want to slice this sequence between first index and the third index, then it will come as a 2 3, because the index of this sequence start from the 0. So at the 0 index we have the one element, at the first index we have the second 2, and in the third index we have 3, and the fourth index we have the 4. But I perform here slicing between the first index and the third index, so it should return with the first index value up to the 3 minus 1, that is a second index value. So 0 1 2, so first index and second index, so these two values it will return me. So that is a 2 and 3 I get after I perform the slicing operation in this list. And suppose I not define here the start. I forgot to define the start index. So and I'm printing here sequence and this one. So up to the 3 means again it will be the third index minus 1. So third index minus 1 means it will print the sequence from your 0 index to the end index minus 1 element. So if you see the 0 index we have 1, and then 3 index, the index number is 3. That means up to the second index I have the element 0 1 2 up to the 3. And if I forget to write the end index of the sequence, then what will happen? Let's see. Then we can get the element from this index, that is the third index. So 0 1 2 3, at the third index we have the fourth element. So from fourth element up to the last element of the list we will get. So it's not always compulsory to define the step function. Like if you see in these three operation, I not define what the step means. It will tell us how much element have to be skipped while the jumping. So this is about the basic of slicing that what I have covered up to this time. Then there is a call the negative index. So while calling the negative index, you can see I get the all the element of the list up to the last third index. That is if you start counting from the last, so 8th is the first, that is minus 1, 7th at minus 2, 6th at minus 3. So minus 3, before minus 3 how much elements I get in this sequence. If you write here the sequence minus 3 and up to the end, what you will get the 6 7 8. So negative index is very much useful while we are performing the slicing, because what will actually happen, previously we have to write the program to reverse the element of a list, but with the help of the negative slicing we can easily reverse any sequence. So what the syntax for this, you have to be put the minus 1 at the end, and now you can see your original sequence in the reverse order. So that's how about the list, and how that's two topic we'll cover today, the sorting and the slicing. I hope this makes your concepts clear regarding the slicing in the list, and if you have any comment regarding this, you can ask me in the comment section also. And let's move towards the sequence function. What are the built-in sequence functions we have? We have the enumerate. So what is the enumerate? When we want to, when suppose we are traversing through the list and we want to know the index number also and the element also, like in the 0th index what the element we have. In this kind of analysis you can use the enumerate function. So suppose here I have the list, that some list is a foo, bar and shoe, and when I traverse through this list with the help of for loop, I want to cover I want to know what the index value also, and I want to know the list element also. So what I can do for this, for for index comma value, in you have to just write the enumerate. So enumerate, and you have to pass the list here, some list, right, and you have to print the index comma value. So if you see here, you can see at the 0 index we have the foo, first index we have the bar, and second index we have the shoe. And this is much more useful while you are creating a dictionary, or when we study about the dictionary, you see this application, the enumerate function application in that video. In that's I think the next video after this. So the enumerate function is very useful when we are interested to know the index value with the item during iterating over the sequence. There the enumerate function is very useful. So this is about the enumerate. And second function come the sorted function. When we started today's video, we first study how we can sort the list elements. So again we studied the sorted. So sorted is nothing. If you have the sorted here, and you can pass the sequence, that is your previous sequence. So you can see that the elements in the sorted order now. But what we study two things, one is the sorted and one is the sort. So what is the difference between the sorted and sort? Anyhow, at the end of the day, they are giving us the sorted list elements. But what is the basic difference between them? This is an interesting question to ask, and this question should clear before studying further. So when I'm calling the sorted to the list or to anywhere, when I'm calling the sorted, so what actually happening, it give me the new sorted list. That means it creating the new sorted list. It does not changing my the initial list, that what I have sequence. So if I print here the sequence, I have this sequence. Yes, so my original list does not change, but my list is now sorted by calling the sorted. But in place of this sorted, if I write the sequence dot sort, this what we already covered. So if you see here, and then again if you print the sequence here, you see this is also sorted, but it changed my initial sequence. Now my initial sequence is changed with this original sequence. So that is basically a difference, that sorted will return the new sorted list. It does not change anything in the original sequence, but the sort function also return the new sorted list, but it will change my original sequence. So be careful which one you have to be used while you work or while data analysis. This is interesting. Now moving forward, the Gif function I like too much because when we have two lists and we want to traverse two lists simultaneously with printing both the elements, how we will do these things, we can do with the help of the Gif function. So how the Gif function work, let's see in this block. So for this, if I make the new variable here Gif is equal to, and I call the function Gif, I pass two lists, list 1 and list 2 here, then I put the Gif in the list. So now you can see the 3 at 3 foo, 4 ju, 5 bar. So you are traverse both lists simultaneously with the help of the Gif function. But one interesting point here, Gif can take an arbitrary number of sequence and the number of elements, that means the final result it produce, that is determined by the shortest sequence. Suppose list 3 is a Ram and school only I have. So if I change again here, if I perform this operation with the additionally list 3, and let's check what we get. So we get the 3 full ram for Jew school. We not get the bar because it's determined with the help of the shortest sequence. So shortest sequence here is list 3 I have. So that's the way like Gif function is very useful. And the last is about the reverse function. So reverse function is what you want to reverse the list for. I have already the list for and I want to suppose reverse it. So what I need to do here, I have to be call the reverse function and I have to pass the list for, and I want to see this list reverse in the list. So what I have to do, so now you can see that it's print the reverse list. But already you know, if you have a list, if you have the data structure which is a list, you can reverse it by writing the list, and you have to be put the -1 at the end. So okay, so this is the list for, sorry. So you can see this one. Again, it's up to you which one you have to be used in your analysis. So that's all, and I think we cover the list fully and some built-in function in the Python. In the next video we will talk about the dictionary, and then we cover about the set, and then we move forward towards NumPy and then pandas. I hope you like this video, and for the reminder, I'm following the Python for data analysis by Orieli book, and I hope you like this video. If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and we'll meet you soon in the next video. Thank you for your time. Thanks and take care. Bye bye.